Have you ever heard anybody say, we are wired for generosity, we are wired for connection, to be social, our brains are wired to think negatively? Wired? Have you ever noticed that electrical wires have different colors and each of them have color codes? Wait a minute. I'm not an electrician and I'm not here to talk to you about electrical wiring. But I thought it was a good metaphor to explain the human brain wiring to you. Let's imagine that our human brain is made up of wires and each colored wire is responsible for a different function. And when one wire connects to the other, it's responsible for cognitive processes. Let's say when the red wire connects to the blue wire, it's responsible for communication, so speaking, eye contact, gestures, etc. Or let's imagine when the yellow wire connects to the black wire, it's responsible for the functioning of our senses like smell, touch, hearing, etc. Let's say the human brain is made up of this kind of wiring. It consists of the red, blue, yellow, and black wires, and most people's brains are made up of this kind of wiring. This is what we would refer to as the neurotypical brain. Now let's look at this kind of wiring. It's a little different, right? It's got an additional green wire and it's overlapping two connections. So it's a little different from this one. Different wiring leads to different connection leads to different cognitive functioning. This is what we refer to as the neurodiverse brain. What we need to understand here is that this overlapping connection could lead to additional challenges and differences from the neurotypical brain. However, the presence of an additional wire could also mean additional gifts, talents, superpowers, and a different way of seeing the world that this brain might not be able to. Now, people who have a neurotypical brain are different from each other. On the other hand, people who have a neurodiverse brain also are all different from each other. Does that just mean that everybody is different? Whether you have this wiring, or any other kind of wiring in your brain, all of us have a human brain and everybody's brain functions differently. Therefore, each of us have our own gifts and talents and strengths and our own challenges and weaknesses too. We process information and perceive the world differently. Okay, now I know that we don't actually have these wires in our brain, but I hope I made it a little more visual for you to understand that brains are different. And before you leave, a neurodiverse brain could also look like autism, ADHD, dyslexia, and much more. They come with their own set of challenges and their own set of superpowers. Stay tuned to know more about neurodiverse brains. If you like the content I'm making, then like, share, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for notifications, and I'll see you around.